I'm so excited to talk to you today about creator monetization. My guest, Ayman Hariri, is making an incredible platform. He's been building it for a long time, and I cannot wait for us to have a conversation and explore and inspire and educate and tell you about what he's building. Ayman, will you come out? First and foremost, I want everyone to know I am such an incredible believer in subscription and membership. I was the first advisor to Patreon. It has changed my existence as a creator. So know that I'm a very biased believer in monetization for creators and Patreon. And I want to know all about currently like what you're building, why you're building it, and yeah, let's start there.
Good place to start. Well, we built VERO really to be the alternative social network from, especially from the business model standpoint. Currently, other social networks are all about getting people's attention and causing addiction, and we're seeing the long-term effects of those decisions. Having a subscription business means that our users are our customers. Now that's it's a light bulb moment. It's a very simple statement, but it actually informs every single thing that we do. We're not looking to attract advertisers. We're not trying to get people to do things that they don't want to do, and we're providing them with the content that they're opting into getting. Now, all of that is really about empowering the creator. If you think about all the decisions that we made from day one, which was chronological feed, we're not data mining people's behavior. Their data gives us insights, or could give us insights into what kind of people they are, what makes them tick, what will get them back onto the platform. Too many things that cross a red line that we're not willing to cross ethically, and I don't think it's a sustainable model for the future.
So, considering what you're currently building at VERO and what we've gone through the last decade plus, where creators like us have been able to achieve billions of views and net nothing, and to now the point that membership is giving us billions and billions of dollars, where do you see us going into the future, and what you're building and why you're building it?
Well, we're looking to add subscription to our platform, where you can have at your own channel make you money by your fans opting in to pay a monthly amount. Now, obviously, that's happening right now on different platforms, and I think that the last 10 years have taught us that sharing advertising dollars or whatever else, it's really hard to keep up with the value that you want to give to the creators, who are the soul of the platform. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a symbiotic relationship between platform and creator. And again, we've been all about empowering creators. So from day one of my biggest goals and challenges that I set for myself was how to unlock for creators the biggest value that they could possibly achieve on any platform. And it always comes down to equity, ownership in the platform at scale. Now, we've all seen different people try different methods of doing this, whether it's ICOs and a bunch of stuff that have happened, and we don't need to comment too much on that. We can see where all of that landed. We kind of had a prediction that's where it would be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we're doing things sincerely and honestly, it means putting creators with us on the cap table, honestly, where they belong.
100%. Couldn't agree with that more. Your previous statement regarding the symbiotic relationship, I don't see that being the direction that we're heading in terms of almost all the other platforms, right? We are being productized. It's all about curation and not about, basically the communities that we had been establishing the past decade, short form is kind of taking away our ability to truly connect with our audience, and without that community, we can't truly build our careers. And so, absolutely love the idea of what you're building. I think ownership is quintessential, absolutely quintessential. We are the gatekeepers, we are the future, we have the most power, and we can't give that away, and I absolutely applaud you for building something with the idea of building it with creators. And I think anything that we put our mind and our content and our heart to, we need to own. We don't own YouTube, we don't own TikTok, we don't own Facebook. So very, very excited about that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, I mean, like I said, it was a big challenge to unlock because obviously a lot of people have tried to do things that are similar, but we went as far as bought our own stock exchange to be able to do this and do this correctly. So everything is legal, everything is regulated. We care about that because how could we do something that is just going to be I mean, for want of a better expression, a hit and run. That's the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're looking forward to doing this all in Q1 of next year. We're hard at work integrating these two platforms together that have never been integrated before. Nobody's ever put together a stock exchange and a social network together.
Sounds hard.
It is, but you know, and I heard the hosts, you know, speaking right before us, and they were saying how important it is to be excited about what you do, and we're all every day excited about what we're doing, because we feel like we're building something that nobody else is thinking about doing in a way that really empowers creators at the end, and it creates a win-win between us and the community.
Right. That's truly symbiotic. I kind of wanted to go back really quickly as I glanced over it because I was so excited to talk to you. But how many creators do we have out in the audience? All right, keep your hands up if you have already launched some form of membership within your revenue like structure, your P&L. Right, so like 40, 30%? I want to give you additional signal for those of you who haven't done it yet at how vital it is for us to have something that is consistent, that we can count on, that gives us a sigh of relief that we can go, oh my gosh, I can pay for my editor next month. Oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about my rent. And that evolution for me as a creator was night and day when that happened back in 2013 for me. And so I'm so excited of what you're building, that you're building it with equity. And I don't know how many creators out there truly understand how vital it is to have ownership in companies. That is truly vital. Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge, you know, generally when you look at the landscape, it's vital for creators to know that equity is important because you're providing a massive amount of value to the platforms that you're choosing to use. So whenever you're bringing revenue in to yourselves through the platform is gaining in value exponentially, much more than the dollars that you're getting in your bank account. It doesn't mean that you should give up that money that's coming in, but it's recognizing that the choices you make increase the value of the platforms that you're using. We want you to tap into that equity value and do it without having to know me, without having to know somebody at the company, without having to sign, you know, some long, drawn-out agreement, but rather something that's natural. It isn't something that the challenge is, yes, on the creator side to recognize that, but I think there's a challenge on the platform side as well to recognize it. And we've not only recognized it, we're doubling down on this. We're making moves that nobody else would even think about making. And frankly, you know, given we're the underdog, we're not the largest social network in the world, not yet, but we know that we can't get there alone. It features gimmicks, things that we add into the platform aren't enough. The heart and soul that make up a social platform is you.
It is us. But on that point, the one thing I wanted everybody to think about and then have you extrapolate on is the platforms that we gain our followings on, that we get our eyeballs on. It's a triangle, right? We have the creators, we have the users, and then we have the advertisers. And given your ethos of taking the advertisers away, oh, thank God, what remains, and what have you seen since you've been building this company for quite some time?
Yeah, so funny how you put that. We weren't out to get rid of advertisers, so
Okay, well,
it wasn't so much about removing an advertiser, but rather to add a new element, which is how do we create a relationship with our community where the users of our platform are our customers. We're serving them. So we're thinking about what's good for you, what's good for your audience, how do you want to use the platform, how does it bring value to you as a creator, and how does it bring value to you as a user in your everyday life. And so the way I see it is that's a much more sustainable and healthy environment, and it's one that stands the test of time. When you're a customer of an enterprise, then that's the oldest model in the book. The newest model is how do we get people to do almost nothing, pay nothing, but get seemingly everything, which has created a hamster wheel that creators are on, and the moment that wheel stops, they don't get anything. They're not left with the value that they've created in the platform, regardless of when they showed up. If a platform is brand new and you show up and you bring in 1 million users, that platform to your channel, that makes the company worth almost $1 billion.
That's a lot.
This is, when I say that, it's not a scientific multiple. It's consider that range. What do you get out of that? Almost nothing. Nothing. Nothing really tangible.
I mean,
So,
we do get to have the acquisition of new eyeballs on the top of the funnel, right?
absolutely, but that goes away the moment you decide you don't want to do that anymore.
Well, the worry that I have is that I think it's going to go away whether or not we choose to stop working regardless, because I would say the hamster wheel doesn't stop. I would say the hamster wheel only spins quicker and quicker until you literally die on it. And I mean, I feel that from an anxiety standpoint of doing this now for 12 years, we always get to the point where at some point we lose our ability to ideate, we lose our ability to consistently release at a schedule that works for that algorithm. Thus the idea of our followers, our subscribers, I'm not sure what vocabulary you guys are going to use internally, but them being able to always see everything I post is absolutely pivotal. And then having the opportunity to have subscription and ownership, I think, is vital. So I'm personally very excited for you to lead and succeed, and thus encourage and make, hopefully, others follow in your footsteps, because it's so important for us to have, I would say, the equity that we put in, or at least some fraction of it, because currently it's
Nothing,
so minimalistic.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
it's so minimal.
Of course. No, and then what you get to have is you're building value for yourself, for your family, and over the long term. And I don't like the idea that somebody putting their heart and soul into creating value for their community and then a platform that they choose to have to worry about rent and to have to worry about these things. I think it's important that, again, that we create an equitable relationship between platform, our customers, and our creators. And I think that is a much healthier just ecosystem
Yeah, absolutely.
that compared to everything else out there.
Okay, a few things. One, I want to say with like absolute hopeless abandon that I would need you to bring creators not only the equity, but work with them, produce with them, like ideate on the product with them, alongside them. I would highly encourage you to hire them. Like, we have people who have taken their arc and they're finished and they want to do something else that's
Sure, of
challenging to
course.
build with someone.
Well, we have a QR code up there where we'd love you to join us and help us build this. We're opening up a program for the first 100 creators to join our subscription beta that we're looking to put out in the next few months, and help us, like you mentioned, to shape it and tell us, give us insights into things you're seeing and you'd like to see on the platform. So please go ahead and register and get in touch with us.
So to that exact point, if you get some awesome power users being very opinionated, providing unfiltered feedback, which is quintessential.
Of course, yeah.
You would be able to hypothetically adjust and build features for this first 100.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully, whatever the first 100 tell us and advise us will have an impact on everybody else that comes in after that.
You got to do that. You got to follow the creators.
Of course.
Lastly, I just want to say, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to talk about?
No, just as a reminder, just reiterating, we cannot do this by ourselves. We're really building this for empowering creators, and the more you can help us build this, the more chances we have for success.
I love it. And work alongside them.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, thank you all so much for joining us. Go start your subscription, start your membership, either with VERO or another amazing platform. It is absolutely, positively necessary to have your hand in every single cookie jar. And thank you for joining.